All right, today we are breaking down one of the sneakiest mind tricks your brain plays on you. It's a hidden bias that has a massive influence on your decisions, and chances are you don't even know it's happening. Believe it or not, this mental shortcut could be driving up to 90% of your snap judgments. And once you see it, I promise, you will never look at a job interview, a dating profile, or even the brands you love in the same way again. So let's just ask the big question right up front. Is it really possible for one single, good quality to cast a glow over everything else and completely warp your perception? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. Okay, let's dive into level one and get everybody on the same page. What exactly is this powerful mental shortcut? So, the halo effect is basically this. Your brain spots one positive thing about someone, let's say they're really attractive, and it lets that positive halo shine over all their other qualities. Your brain just decides, hey, because they're good looking, they must also be smart and funny and trustworthy, even if you have zero evidence to back that up. And get this isn't some new agey pop psychology idea. It was actually first documented way back in the 1920s by a psychologist named Edward Thorndike. He noticed that army officers who saw one good quality in a soldier would just automatically rate all their other skills higher too. The halo was already hard at work even then. But it's not all sunshine and halos. You really gotta know that this thing works in reverse too. It has a kind of evil twin called the horn effect. That's where one negative trait, like maybe someone has a weak handshake, makes you assume everything else about them is negative. It's just two sides of the very same mental shortcut. All right, let's level up and see where this bias actually shows up in the real world. I guarantee you're going to recognize these immediately. First one up, the dating app trap. We've all been there, right? You're swiping, you see a fantastic photo, boom, swipe right. And instantly your brain starts writing a story. Wow, this person must be so adventurous and kind and successful. And then, a few dates in, you realize they can't even text you back. Yep, the halo effect gotcha. Or how about this one, the job interview? A candidate walks in looking sharp, a confident smile, a firm handshake. As the hiring manager, your brain might start screaming, this person's a genius, before they've even answered a single tough question. That halo of their appearance can totally outshine their actual skills. And oh man, marketing. This one is everywhere. Why on earth does seeing a famous athlete wearing a certain brand of sneakers make you want to buy them? It's because their cool halo literally transfers to the product in your mind. You start to believe the sneakers themselves must be amazing. Brands pay millions for that exact brain hack. And the list just goes on, and some of these are kind of wild. Studies have shown teachers might subconsciously give better grades to more attractive students. Doctors might actually trust better-looking patients more. And just think about Apple. Their sleek, beautiful product design creates this powerful halo of innovation, making us feel their tech is way superior, even when the specs are pretty similar to competitors. Okay, so that's the what, but what about the why? Let's level up again and figure out why our brains are even wired to do this in the first place. It boils down to something really simple. Your brain is built for efficiency. You could even say it's lazy. It does not want to waste precious energy analyzing every single tiny detail about a person or situation. It's so much easier to just take a shortcut. If they're good at this one thing, they're probably good at everything. The process is almost insultingly simple. Step one, your brain sees one single strong trait that stands out. Step two, it takes that mental shortcut. And step three, it just generalizes that good or bad feeling to all their other traits. It's fast, it's effortless, and yeah, it's often totally wrong. And you know what throws gasoline on this ancient brain wiring? Modern technology. Social media amplifies the halo effect by 1,000. Think about it. All those filters, the perfectly curated posts, the careful editing, it all works to create these powerful, totally artificial halos. It's exactly why influencers can sell products so darn well. So now for the expert level. Knowing the bias exists is one thing, but how do you actually fight back? This is where we show you how to take back control, using some pro hacks that are backed by solid research. And we need these hacks because, look, this isn't just a vague feeling. It's a real, measurable thing. Research, like the classic studies from psychologists like Richard Nisbett, has shown this over and over again. When you give people the exact same information, they will consistently rate attractive people as more intelligent, more talented, and even more honest. And the consequences of this can be incredibly serious. We see this bias in politics, where voters might pick a charismatic leader because of their halo instead of actually looking at their policies. It's even been documented in courtrooms, where some studies suggest attractive defendants sometimes receive lighter sentences. The stakes here can be really, really high. So how do we beat it? First, you gotta force yourself to evaluate different traits separately. This breaks your brain's lazy habit. Second, always ask for specific evidence. Instead of thinking, she seems smart, ask, okay, what has she actually done that proves she's smart? Third, for any big decision, just wait 24 hours. That lets the emotional halo fade. And fourth, use this killer technique called the opposite test. The opposite test is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You just take your first impression, like, he seems so confident, so he must be competent, and then you actively go looking for evidence that contradicts it. You ask yourself, what is one piece of evidence that suggests he might not be competent? That one question forces your brain out of its lazy shortcut and into a much more balanced way of thinking. So, the key takeaway here is that you've just learned about a fundamental trick your brain has been playing on you your whole life. You've officially leveled up your psychology game. Just by being aware of this hidden force, you start to take back the controls. See, the halo effect only really works when we're on autopilot. But now, you can see it coming. And that awareness, that's the first and most powerful step to making way smarter, more objective decisions in your career, your finances, and all your relationships. And that brings us to the end. So I want to leave you with this one question. Which of these real-world examples really hit home for you? Was it the dating app, the job interview? Recognizing where this bias pops up in your own life is the real first step. Let me know down in the comments which example really made you think.